According to The Young and the Restless weekly spoilers for March 1 to 5, Flo Mitchell, Elizabeth Hendrickson, is enraged and planning a retaliatory scheme to support her best friend. Additionally, Michael Mueller's character Kyle Abbott got caught up in a precarious scenario on the CBS soap series. According to spoilers, Kyle Abbott is anxious and stressed since he has a child he has never met. He is prepared to board the J-Bot plane to New York City in order to obtain answers after pressuring Summer Newman, Hunter King, to travel to Los Angeles. Then odd things happen. According to spoilers on Young and the Restless, Tara Locke, Elizabeth Lanner, is Kyle's most likely baby mom. She refuses to answer many of the questions he asks her when he runs into her at the Grand Phoenix. After being caught red-handed by Summer, he must confess. According to the upcoming week's Young and the Restless teasers, Flo Mitchell is extremely concerned about Chelsea Newman, Melissa Claire Egan. Flo gives her best friend the phone after determining that she can move her fingers. When Flo reads what she types, she's shocked. Chelsea informs Flo Mitchell that Chatham is up to something in the next Young and the Restless spoilers. Flo will therefore put in the effort to make chair-bound Chelsea pay. Take in Flo Mitchell's nasty play. Keep in mind that she previously blew Adam away. Victor Newman, Eric Braden, is searching for Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, according to Vi and R teasers. But why the sudden argument when these two are sworn enemies? Red inquires as to whether the mustache should speak with her. But what do they have in common? Viewers of Young and the Restless are aware that Faith Newman, Olivia Allen Lind, worries them both. Additionally, Joshua Morrow and Nick Newman share a shared passion. Does Victor beg her to help Nick treat Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, more kindly? Young and the Restless spoilers are confirmed when Brittany Hodges, Lauren Woodland, appears the following week to represent Maria Copeland, Cameron Grimes. It appears that she was brought in to defend Maria's rights by Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks. However, seeing the conditions of the agreement written out makes everybody reconsider, not just Mariah. According to Young and the Restless spoilers, Tessa is growing more worried about the surrogacy agreement's long-term effects. Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, is now viewed by Phyllis as a danger to those close to her. She believes Sally is surrounding Summer like a shark, but this is untrue. Additionally, she believes the redhead should avoid Jack Abbott, played by Peter Bergman. However, according to Young and the Restless spoilers, Jack might desire a bite if Phyllis presents Sally as forbidden fruit. Watch that dynamic unfold on Gly and R on CBS as she goes all out to make Sally seem bad. When Flo Mitchell discovers that the man she despises has once again cheated on her best friend, expect a lot of drama. It's impossible to predict how Flo will respond to him. The Young and the Restless will have a very exciting week ahead of it. Betrayal, rage, and startling disclosures that have the potential to permanently alter relationships will be all over Genoa City. In the middle of everything, Kyle Abbott, who is embroiled in a scandal that has the potential to ruin his personal and professional lives. When Flo Mitchell learns a secret that makes her furious and prepared for battle, she approaches her breaking point. Let's examine what Genoa City's citizens can expect in what is expected to be one of the most dramatic weeks yet. Michael Mueller's character Kyle Abbott has always been a man who balances chaos and control. However, when his covert activities are eventually revealed this week, that distinction becomes hazy. Kyle has been on a downward spiral ever since his traumatic breakup with Summer, Allison Lanier, with a combination of conceit, loneliness, and unresolved rage fueling his every action. Kyle has made every attempt to show Harrison that he is a solid father, yet his reckless actions in the boardroom and in his romantic life have drawn criticism. And now, his attempt to strike a balance between business dealings, backroom choices, and flirtations is about to explode up in a big way. Spoilers indicate that Kyle is caught red-handed, and not in a romantic way. At just the wrong moment, someone enters and discovers his most recent plot, which could have disastrous repercussions for Jabot. According to rumors, the root of the problem is Kyle's dubious partnership with Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver. The two have been engaging in a risky game involving both personal and corporate allegiances. However, as everyone in Genoa City is aware, nothing is ever truly forgotten, particularly when Audra is involved. The family is rocked when Jack Abbott, played by Peter Bergman, finds out what his son has done. Jack is deeply disappointed, and Kyle's frantic attempts to defend himself might not be sufficient this time. As Kyle's life falls apart, Chloe Mitchell, Elizabeth Hendrickson, is gripped by rage after discovering a shocking secret. Chloe has always had a strong sense of loyalty, particularly to her friends. She doesn't hold back though when that loyalty is put to the test. It all starts when Chloe inadvertently listens in on a discussion she was not supposed to hear. She is devastated by what she finds. She will not keep silent about the fact that someone close to her has been playing both sides. According to insiders, she might be angry with Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, who has been finding it difficult to juggle her relationship with Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, her job, and her mental health recovery. Although Chloe has been understanding and helpful, Chelsea's unpredictable behavior has also put a strain on her. However, Chloe's patience eventually gives out this week. Fans won't want to miss her ruthless clash with Chelsea. Years of friendship are on the line as there are tears, yelling, and accusations. However, there is a rising suspicion that Chloe's rage may be related to more than just friendship. Kyle's recent dubious actions may also be a contributing factor. Has he professionally betrayed her trust? Or worse, on a personal level? In the meantime, Jack and Diane, Susan Walters, are in the same agonizing situation, attempting to protect their son from himself. Jack's faith in second chances has always been strong. Because he believes his son's heart is in the right place, he has previously forgiven Kyle for his transgressions. However, it might be too huge to ignore this most recent stunt. Diane, however, maintains that Kyle is simply lost and that he requires direction rather than punishment. Watch for poignant moments when Jack and Diane quarrel over how to deal with their son's increasing irresponsibility. Their dissatisfaction is as strong as their affection for him. And it's not just Jack and Diane who have something to say as rumors of Kyle's red-handed moment go around town. Kyle's ex-wife Summer Newman is enraged and perhaps even somewhat vindicated. She has long warned that Kyle's conceit will be his downfall, and she may suddenly be correct. But Summer still cares in her heart. Witnessing Kyle's breakdown triggers feelings she had made a concerted effort to suppress. Will they become more estranged as a result of this controversy, or will it begin to mend past wounds? When it comes to Audra Charles, she never backs down. As Kyle encounters criticism, Audra manipulates the situation to her advantage with her trademark charm and slyness. She is skilled at controlling crises, and this one might provide her with just what she desires: increased authority, sway, and perhaps even a permanent place at the top of Newman Media's table. However, the issue remains. Did she want for Kyle to be apprehended? Some fans believe Audra purposefully omitted the truth to make him the fall guy while keeping her own hands clean. Even by Genoa City standards, it's a frigid action if that's the case. Jason Thompson's character Billy Abbott, meanwhile, is forced into the situation whether he wants to be or not. Billy's natural tendency to defend the family comes into play as tensions at J-Boat increase. However, his participation only serves to stoke the conflict between him and Jack. After weeks of criticizing Kyle's recent business choices, Billy doesn't waste any time in proclaiming, "I told you so," now that Kyle has been exposed. Although the truth hurts, Jack doesn't like Billy's timing. Being drawn into another Abbott crisis is the last thing Billy needs, as he is already coping with his own personal turmoil following his recent involvements with Chelsea and Lily. But in typical Billy manner, he refuses to take a backseat. Anticipate a surprise move from him that might alter J-Bot's power dynamics once more. And why is Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, stirring trouble in Genoa City? When Phyllis learns of Kyle's most recent scandal, she can't help but join the controversy. Phyllis uses her sharp tongue and witty wit to make her presence known, whether it's to keep Summer safe or simply to take pleasure in the mayhem. Her interactions with Jack are especially intense. They combine competition, annoyance, and long-standing affection. She expresses her belief that Jack's affection for Kyle is preventing him from seeing the reality. In an insulting remark, she jokes, "Maybe it's time you stop cleaning up your son's messes." Summer Newman starts to see her future more clearly while her ex is surrounded by mayhem. She has been rebuilding her life. concentrating on her family and job, but she is shaken by Kyle's demise. Beneath the animosity, love still exists in spite of everything. She is forced to consider what went wrong and whether they really ever had a chance after witnessing him collapse. Summer confides in Phyllis that she still worries about Kyle in a heartwarming moment. Surprisingly kind, Phyllis advises her to keep her peace. However, if Kyle reaches out to her in a desperate attempt, Summer might not be able to resist since the heart wants what it desires. The consequences are severe at the end of the week. Multiple relationships are rocked by closed rage. Jack must make a difficult decision regarding his son's future at JBOT, and Kyle's reputation suffers greatly. This week, nobody in Genoa City escapes untouched because everyone is taking sides. And don't believe that Kyle has been humbled. According to spoilers, he doesn't back down but rather doubles down, desperate to disprove everyone's assumptions, even if it means making matters worse. Audra's next move, meanwhile, has the potential to totally alter the course of events. The power players in Genoa City may have underestimated the most dangerous woman in town if she used Kyle to achieve her goals. She's always 3 steps ahead. Everything soap opera viewers have been waiting for is present this week on The Young and the Restless. Intense conflicts, heartbreaking heartbreak, and shocking secrets that have the potential to ruin both families and professions. Even in a community where second chances are practically currency, Kyle Abbott's demise serves as a heartbreaking and exciting reminder that arrogance has consequences. In contrast, Chloe's rage delivers a potent emotional punch, reminding viewers that loyalty has a price. One thing is certain as the pieces come together: Genoa City will never be the same.